Hey everyone, it's Doug, and today's video we're going to do something a little non-Detroit. The Beckett Baseball Card Monthly. For those that weren't around back in the 80s and 90s, this was basically our lifeline on valuing our cards. Back then, all we pretty much had was Prodigy and America Online. And like I said, today, if you want to see how much your cards are worth, there's, apps and you can go websites and all that. But back in my day, this is all we had. Go down to the bookstore, once a month, pick this puppy up or, get a subscription. And like I said, I'm surprised I still had some of these. I don't know why I saved these, but I was cleaning out my closet and I found a few that I kept. Like I said, this one, like I said, one of the nice things about these were the covers. The front cover, like I said, here we got Bo Jackson. And on the back, got Ellis Burks. And then on the inside of the magazines, they would have a sketch of another player. There's Mike Greenwell. And just to go through, I'm not going to go through every page, but let's see here. Like I said, the magazine itself, they would have like different articles on collecting, maybe interviews of ball players, reader feedback. It was pretty. I always enjoyed this magazine. Let me go to. Let's see here. Here they had like who was hot. And who was cold as far as card collecting. Let's see. Alright, the price guide. The stupid inserts getting in the middle. They would list all the sets. They wouldn't list every card, just basically the stars and rookies, things like that. And let me go to something. I said, here we got the Bowmans. Let's see here. We'll go back to my time here. And here's something more a little current for back at the time. Let me zoom in a little bit. It would list, what the sets, what they were going for. Break it down by common players and errors and fun stuff like that. And then what the prices were going for. This is kind of hard to do, but what we were always curious on. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more. I can't use a flash because it'll just glare. If you had like a down arrow, that means your card value went down since the last month. An up arrow, your card went up in price. And no arrows, everything was steady. Let's see here. See if you can find. Let's see here. I'll go through here. Here we go. Okay. Advertisements. Like I said, no one had websites back then. You had to do it the old-fashioned way. You visited the card shops or you called them. Let's see here. Let me zoom back out a little bit. So we had Score back then. Let's see here. And there was the A9 Upper Deck. That was their first year. You can see their prices, the sets were rising between 35 and 48 bucks. And let's see here if you can see it. There's the old Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. And back then it was up to $4 and probably going up. Let's see. And like I said, that's just, real quick look at what we had to deal with back then. Here's, rating your cards. Nowadays seems like everything's like PSA and stuff like that. Back then it was pretty much, we just dealt with, the raw card. It was, mint, near mint, excellent mint, etc. And it was like, plain and simple. Me didn't worry about if your card was if it's a PSA 10, which I don't think they were even around back then. So, simpler times. And these all had calendars of card shows. Once again, back then, no internet. If you wanted to see if there's a card show going on, you'd check out Beckett or your local newspaper. So that was the Beckett. And I said, we'll just go through a couple of the covers here real quick. This brings back some nice memories, tell you the truth. There's Will Clark. And there's the back. There's Ernie Banks. Let's see here. Kevin Mitchell. It's also kind of brings me a giggle when, like I said, these cards were really hot back then. Nowadays, like, who is it? They're all like forgotten, basically. There's Ken Griffey Jr., who ruined his career by going to the Reds. Oh wow, there's Jim Abbott. There's Carl Yastrzemski. Let's see, this is October 89. Ryan Express, Nolan Ryan. I wish I could get more of the magazine in frame, but I don't have that much room. There's Fred McGriff. There's Mitchell and Will Clark. Will Clark, I mean, he was a great ball player back then, but you don't hear him get mentioned at all. Maybe in San Francisco, maybe, but around here, Jerome Walton. Ricky Henderson. There's Matt Williams. And my last issue that I kept, Ruben Sierra and Brett Saberhagen. I don't know if I can find it in here, but there's something in here that said something about Ruben Sierra. He had like 100 homers in like his first couple years, and they thought he was going to be like one of the top home run hitters of all time, which he ended up not. So, there's McGriff again. Actually, let's see. See, Ken Griffey was $4 in that first issue. Let's see what he's worth in a couple months later. If I can find it here. Okay. Bowman, Donruss, Fleer. This was also back in time, if you guys were around, like I was. Billy Ripken Jr. and his cork and his bat with a fuck me face on it. Let's see here. Alright, Upper Deck. Ken Griffey Jr., he's up to $10. A lot of people invested in that card, and a lot of people lost money on that. So, anyway, so just wanted to show that real quick. It was $250 back then. I don't know if they still put these out or not. I doubt they do, but you know, I could be wrong. But it was fun times back then. So I'm gonna wrap this up. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.